Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to tonight's Strategy of the Week presentation. My name is Jerry D'Ambrosio, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest, and it's my pleasure to present tonight's strategy titled Introducing a Fantastic New SureFire Success Trading System. We have been extremely pleased with the performance of our current SureFire Success Trading Systems. In fact, 3 of the 4 are currently outperforming the S&P this year. As you may know, we never get complacent here at VectorVest. We are always working to help improve your investing and trading success. We continue to strive to get better for everyone involved. And that's why over the next few weeks we will be rolling out brand new SureFire Success Trading Systems, which we will begin to monitor in 2014, beginning with this one tonight. And we really feel what I'm about to show you will knock your socks off. Let's move into VectorVest and get started. I'm going to move us from the home page into a market timing graph. I'm going to click on Graphs, and we're simply looking at the price of the VectorVest composite on this graph in candlesticks. I'm going to start here with a brief review of our current methodology. I'm going to come down to the bottom left here, click on RT Kicker Combo. Now this is the timing system that we are currently using in all of our SureFire Success Trading Systems. And let me just take a moment to review that methodology. We buy stocks long anytime we get an RT Kicker up signal. We manage those positions according to our stop criteria for each system. And when we get down situations or an RT Kicker bearish signal, we short stocks using various shorting searches, and we manage those positions accordingly as well. What we don't do is close all of our positions when a new situation occurs. So for example, if we bought stocks here when we received RT Kicker up signals, we wouldn't close out of all of our positions when a down situation occurs. Conversely, if we were entirely short during a downtrend, we wouldn't close all of our short positions when a new up situation occurred. So our current SureFire Success Trading Systems are always hedging. And again, they've performed beautifully not only this year, but over the last few years. So a major change, or the first major change in our new SureFire Success Trading Systems, is we're no longer using this timing model, the RT Kicker Combo. We've decided to use our tried and true confirmed calls as our timing system. We really wanted to develop SureFire Success Trading Systems using timing models other than the RT Kicker Combo. So we went back to basics here, and we're using the confirmed calls. The methodology here also has changed. During confirmed up signals, we will be buying and replacing stocks according to our stop criteria, and I'll get into that in a little bit. I'll talk about the stop criteria used for both long and short positions. So we're going to buy and replace long positions during confirmed ups. However, we will not sell all of our long positions once a confirmed down situation occurs. What we've realized, especially over the last couple of years, is that investors and traders aren't always going to close and go into cash when a down situation occurs, especially in a bull market, because as we know, down situations or downturns are much shorter in a bull market than they are in a bear market. So what we're going to do is when a down situation occurs, or a confirmed down in this case, we're going to let our stop criteria take us out. We're not going to replace bullish positions with more bullish positions in a confirmed down. We will replace our bullish positions, however, with bearish ones during that confirmed down. As that downtrend continues, if any of our bearish positions get stopped out, we will replace those with more bearish positions. And then when a new up situation occurs, this time, instead of holding those shorts through the confirmed up, we're going to close out of them all and go entirely long at that confirmed up signal. So in essence, we're hedging through the confirmed downs and closing any short position at the next confirmed up and going entirely long and being entirely long during that up situation. Now, if you're sitting there still a little confused about the methodology and what we're going to do at these turns, once I get into the back tester and talk about and explain the settings for each situation, it's really going to hit home and become much more clear at that point. So now you know what timing system we're going to use for the new SureFire trading systems. Let me move into Unisearch and talk about the searches that we will be using. Come up to the top here, click on Unisearch. I'll scroll down to the bottom, and open up the Searches SureFire Success folder. If you recall, one of our original SureFire Success trading systems was the Russell 2000/RT. Now this search found stocks in the Russell 2000 index that were greater than $1, had an average volume of greater than 100,000 shares, and we sorted this list of stocks by RT ascending. If I go ahead and run that search, we get to take a look at the types of stocks this search finds. Generally speaking, it finds rather low dollar stocks, and the trouble that we ran into with this search is a lot of these stocks that were bought and sold during our research, during our test bed, either got delisted, they no longer traded, or they got taken over, so the symbols changed or the symbols no longer were in existence. So if you tried to rerun the search and replicate or recreate the results that we had, you were getting different results because those stocks no longer were in existence. However, we liked the performance of the Russell Index, especially in an up market. We decided to tweak it just a bit. I'm going to come up here, click on Russell 2K Winners, and you'll notice the CC in front of it, which stands for Confirm Calls. We decided to raise the minimum price requirement from $1 to $5. We're still looking at the Russell 2000 watch list, but in this case, we're sorting by actual price divided by RT. This sort might look a little familiar to you. It's the sort that's used in the WOW watch list winners price divided by RT search. In that search, we're using the WOW watch list sorted by actual price divided by RT. And if I run that search, you'll see the type of stocks that this search finds. And if I close this section down, give us a little bit more real estate. Higher dollar stocks with outstanding fundamentals. If I scroll over a little bit more to the right, you'll notice the earnings growth rate percentages. All of these companies are making money. High VST, they're all buy rated stocks. And these type of stocks in the Russell, these higher dollar stocks, are much less likely to be delisted or taken over. So this is the search that we will be using during confirmed up situations. If I close this folder and go to the Searches Short folder, the shorting search that we will be using is a search called Vern's Vultures. And if I go ahead and run that, here we're looking for prices to be greater than or equal to $10, average volume to be greater than or equal to 100,000 shares. We want to make sure that the relative value is less than 0.75. So if we're shorting these stocks, we don't want favorable upside potential, right? So we want to make sure that it's below 0.75. We don't want any contra ETFs, indices, or pink sheets. And here we're sorting by price divided by stop. So the stocks at the top of the list will have the biggest gap between the price of the stock or the stop price. You'll notice VISN has a price of $16.72 with a stop of $10.28. PBYI has a price of 101, stop of 65. Notice the current values of all of these stocks and our RV and RS ratings. Fundamentally very poor companies that are overextended. Notice the RTs as well. So these types of stocks really tend to fall the fastest once the market begins a new downtrend. Almost think about it like you're bottom fishing for short positions. When you go bottom fishing, you're looking for fundamentally sound companies that have been beaten down in price, and those type of stocks tend to explode during the blast off phase, right? So we're kind of flipping the thought process here a little bit. We're looking for fundamentally poor companies, overvalued, low RV, low RS, that have enjoyed the ride during that uptrend. But again, these types of stocks really tend to crash the hardest during new downtrends. So this is the shorting search that we will be using during confirmed down situations. And this search as well is going to be copied and put in the Searches SureFire Success folder for everyone later tonight. From here, let me move into the backtester now to explain the trading plan that we're going to be using. I'm going to move up to the top, click on backtester. We're going to go ahead and backtest an idea. We're going to start with $100,000. We're going to keep the commission at $9.95 per trade. We're not going to use margin. The market timing system, again, that we're going to use is our confirm calls. Now, this section here in the backtester does require the auto tester add-on module. We've provided you with a link in the VectorVest views tonight to take out a free 2-week trial and purchase the auto tester at a discounted price after that trial. And with the auto tester, you not only are able to test confirm calls, you can test all of the timing systems that we offer. I'll go ahead and click on next. Next, we'll talk about the automation rules during confirmed up situations. Again, the search that we're going to use is going to be in the searches SureFire success folder. It's called CC-Russell 2K winners. The stop criteria that we're going to use is going to be a 50% gain or a 10% loss. Now, this is the same stop combination that we're using in our current SureFire success trading systems with the S&P 500 searches. If I go to more settings, we're going to try to maintain 5 positions. We will automatically replace closed positions. We're going to open all 5 positions immediately when opening new positions. I'm going to come down here. It says when entering this situation, we're going to close any open position that was opened in a different situation. Now let me explain this as opposed to close any open position. Close any open position that was open in a different situation means, well, we have another situation that we're going to need to manage, the down situation, right? Any short position that was open during that down situation, we're going to close when we enter into a new up situation. I'm going to give you an example of what this might do, close any open position. Let's say we had a long position or a bullish position held through the confirmed down situation. We bought it during the confirmed up, confirmed down came, we hadn't met our stop criteria yet, we know we're not going to close any bullish position just because a new down situation occurs. Well, what happens if that down situation lasts for a week or two and a new up situation starts? If we select this, close any open position, that would in turn close that bullish position that we already purchased in that last up situation. Okay, so I hope everybody understands that difference compared to close any open position that was open in a different situation. We want to make sure that we close any short position when a new up situation occurs. Okay, we're going to invest the average portfolio value. We're going to select odd lots. We're going to change this to don't repurchase a stock, the same stock for 31 days after the sale. And we're going to change the maximum percent of a stock's average volume down to 2%. So here are the rules for our up situations. I'm going to click on next. Now we have to specify what we want to do on down situations. Again, we're going to use the Vern's Vultures shorting search. Here, we're going to use a tighter stop, so to speak. We're going to use a 10% trailing stop to exit out of our short positions. We'll click on more settings. We're also going to try to maintain 5 positions. We will automatically replace closed positions as long as we're still in a confirmed down situation. When opening new positions, we're going to try to open all 5 immediately. And when entering this situation, we don't want to close any open position. So when entering into a down situation, we may have bullish positions still in our portfolio that haven't met their stop criteria yet. Instead of entirely flipping our portfolio and going short, we're going to manage those positions according to that 50% gain, 10% stop, and while in the confirmed down, we're going to replace those long positions that meet our stop criteria with short positions from Vern's Vultures. We're going to invest the average portfolio value, odd lots. We're going to select don't repurchase the same stock for 31 days after the sale, and we're going to select 2% of the stock's average volume. I'm going to click on next. We're using the same test bed or the same sample size that we did with our current SureFire success trading systems. We're going to start on November 1st of 2007 and we're going to bring it all the way to current. We wanted to keep the test bed or the sample size the same because this 5-year test bed here encompasses all different types of markets. We've had long downturns, long upturns, and volatile sideways markets in between. So we wanted to stay consistent with the original SureFire success trading systems. I'll click on next. We'll give this a name. I'll call it CC, Russell 2K Winners, and Vern's Vultures. And I'll go ahead and click on Finish and Run. And when it's all said and done, you can see we have a 685.78% gain. That's 111% annualized, right around a 25% drawdown. Now keep in mind though, with rather large gains like this, your drawdown will be a little bit higher, almost 52% winning trades, and look at that equity curve. It literally stair steps from bottom left to upper right, and it has performed exceptionally well in some of the worst markets or the toughest markets that we've seen over the last few years. 2011 was a very difficult market to figure out. If I go back to the graphs, pull this back to a 5-year graph, I'm going to uncheck the confirm calls and just kind of zoom in here to 2011. You'll notice a lot of volatility here during 2011. Big upswings, very big downswings, a lot of sideways action as well. If I go back to the backtester, zoom in here from 2011, a little volatility, but again, you're stair-stepping, you're continuing to hit higher and higher highs throughout the year. 2012 wasn't such a walk in the park either. If I zoom in here from 2012 to 2013, sure, overall the market did finish higher that year, but we did have a lot of volatility here too. If I go back to the backtester, zoom in from 2012 to 2013, higher and higher highs, stair-stepping to larger and larger gains. And of course this year, I'll zoom in here from 2013, really nice as well. So you may be looking at this and say, well, it performed very well long term. Well, how did it do this year? If I go ahead and create a copy, just change the start date here to the first confirmed up call. We had a confirmed up call at the very end of 2012, December 18th of 2012. And this brings me to a very important point I want to make sure that I talk about. With any trading system, it's really important to start at a fresh signal. You don't want to start 4 or 5 weeks into, say, a confirmed up situation. Well, not only that, you don't want to start at a confirmed down situation. You want to wait for a fresh confirmed up. Now, if you missed the confirmed up, we think it's okay to maybe get in a week or two later, but 4, 5, 6 weeks after a confirmed up situation, you've probably missed out on most of your gains and you're getting closer and closer to the top of a market. You may want to wait for a correction, maybe a confirmed down, and then a fresh confirmed up to start. So instead of starting here in April 29th, we had a new confirmed up after a confirmed down. We're going to start here on December 18th and go ahead and run that again. You can see in 2013, it had a 41.33% gain, 80% winners, just about a 41% annualized rate of return, and a very small drawdown of less than 8%. Now the S&P this year was up about 25-26%, so we well outperformed the market this year with this new SureFire success trading system. And obviously we outperformed the S&P here, which is up a little over 20% since November of 2007, and that's only about a 3% annualized rate of return. If I go to reports, click on situational summary report here for the long-term test, you can see our numbers here. We had an annual rate of return of 111%, compounded rate of return of about 40%. The VectorVest composite annualized rate of return was less than 3. This is the part that I love here. We had 78% winning campaigns. We had 32 winning campaigns and 9 losing campaigns. Now, a campaign here is a confirmed up to a confirmed down. Another campaign would be a confirmed down to a confirmed up, and so on. So in each situation, we won 32 times. We only lost 9 times. We had 51.5% winning trades. A CalMAR ratio of about 1.54. Now this ratio here, the CalMAR ratio, think of it as a risk-reward profile of a trading system. So you have better than a 1-to-1 risk-reward. You have a 1.5-to-1 reward to risk profile here, which is great. You always want this to be above 1, of course. So I hope you all are excited about this new trading system that we've developed. We will begin to track this new system in our portfolio manager at the beginning of 2014. And just like we did with our current SureFire success trading systems, if I go to portfolios and select the S&P 500 Doug's Downers, and we started this at the beginning of 2013, but what we did here is we backed data. We inputted all of the information or all of the performance from January of 2012 to January in 2013, and we continue to track it going forward. So we're going to continue to do that with these brand new SureFire Success Trading Systems as well. And you'll see them in the Portfolio Manager here come 2014. And P.S. We will be holding a live Q&A webcast on Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. You can register for the webcast not only from the VectorVest views, but from this website here, www.vectorvest.com/events. I want to thank everyone for joining us today. Have a great weekend and a happy holiday.